So you've got this amazing idea, right? And you're terrified someone's going to steal it. We've all been there. But here's the real question. Can you actually copyright an idea? Can you legally own a thought? Well, to answer that, we've got to go all the way back to a really fascinating court case from 1938.
Okay, let's set the scene. Our story kicks off in 1938, and it starts with two people who thought they had the perfect partnership.
First up, we have a famous jockey named Steve Donahue. This guy had lived a life, let me tell you. He was packed with incredible stories from the world of horse racing. All the thrills, the drama, the inside scoop. He had the raw material, but he wasn't a writer.
So, what does he do? He teams up with a journalist. The setup was simple. The jockey would talk, sharing all his memories and insights, and the journalist would work their magic, turning all those spoken tales into a series of super popular newspaper articles. And boom, the articles are a massive success. Everyone loves them. But you know how these things can go. That success created a huge problem, because when it came time to figure out who actually owned the stories, well, they had very different opinions. And that disagreement landed them right in court. The whole case, Donahue v. Allied Newspapers, really boiled down to this one single crucial question. Who gets the credit? The person who lived the experiences or the person who actually put the words on the page?
Okay, so here's the breakdown. The jockey's argument was pretty straightforward. Hey, these are my stories, my life, the ideas, the facts, everything. It all came from me. But the journalist and the newspaper, they came back with, yeah, but we're the ones who gave it form. We chose the words, structured the sentences. We did the actual writing.
So the court has to step in and make a decision. And this wasn't just about this one case. This was a big deal. The ruling they made would end up reinforcing a core principle of creative law that, honestly, all of us still live by today.
What's super interesting is how the judge looked at it. It wasn't about, who did more work or whose contribution was more important. Nope. The judge zoomed in on a way more fundamental question. What is copyright actually for? What is it designed to protect?
And this right here is where we get to the absolute heart of the matter. This is one of the biggest, most important concepts in all of copyright law, and it's something every single creator needs to get their head around.
It's got a fancy name, the idea-expression dichotomy. Sounds complicated, right? But trust me, the principle behind it is beautifully simple. Copyright law does not protect your brilliant thought. It doesn't protect your concept or your theme. It only protects the specific, concrete, tangible way you bring that idea to life, the way you express it.
So let's bring it back to our jockey and writer. The court decided that the jockey's memories, his experiences, the raw facts of his life, those were the ideas, and ideas are not protected by copyright. But the journalist's articles, the specific words, the unique phrasing, the structure, that was the expression. And that expression was definitely protected.
In the end, the verdict came down on the side of the writer and the newspaper. The person who put pen to paper, who gave the idea a tangible form, was the owner of the copyright. So while the idea for a story isn't protected, the novel you actually write based on it is.
Okay, so why are we talking about a case from nearly 100 years ago? Because believe it or not, this principle is everywhere today. It affects everything from your favorite movies and TV shows to the apps on your phone.
You see this playing out all the time. The general idea of a cooking show, you can't copyright that. That's why there are a million of them. But the specific expression, a particular episode's script, its unique footage, the way it's edited, that is absolutely protected. And this is exactly why having clear agreements is so vital in any creative partnership. You've got to decide who owns the final expression before you even start. So it all comes down to this one single line, a foundational rule that this case helps cement. There is no copyright in an idea. That's huge. It means an idea itself is free for anyone to use and be inspired by, but your unique, tangible expression of it is yours alone. This is also why in the business world, people use other tools to protect ideas, right? Things like patents for inventions or contracts like NDAs to keep things under wraps.
So, what's the big takeaway for you? It's this. Your incredible idea, no matter how amazing it is just the beginning. The real creative work and the thing the law actually protects is in the execution. So as you think about your next great idea, the question isn't just, what is it? The real question is, how are you going to express it? How will you bring your unique vision to the world?